The 21st of November 2025. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango, and this is News Tonight. Straight away into the bulletin. The NRM presidential candidate, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has concluded his campaigns in Busoga sub-region with two major rallies in Iganga and Jinja City. Museveni pledged a modern market for the residents of Iganga, upgrade the district hospital to a regional referral hospital, and then also to tarmac the Iganga Luka Kamuli Road. Let's hear more in this report.
The NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has concluded his campaigns in Busoga sub-region before crossing to Kigezi. He addressed two major rallies in Iganga and Jinja City. In Iganga, Mr. Museveni addressed a rally at the district headquarters where he was received by thousands of his supporters. In his address to the Iganga residents, Museveni pledged a modern market for them, upgrade district hospital to a regional referral hospital, and tarmac the road from Iganga Luka to Kamuli.
What is remaining for this area, the main one, is the road from Iganga to Bulopa to Kamuli, up to Kamuli.
Paka Kamuli, Virala Kamuli, Paka Chiunga, Paka Walugoge Iganga.
And from my file here, that one is now funded, the money is there.
He re-echoed his message of engaging in wealth creation activities like commercial agriculture to eradicate poverty.
Because you have seen somebody from Karamoja who got out of poverty because of Operation Wealth Creation. But Operation Wealth Creation was not in Karamoja only. Even here it was here. So why didn't many people take advantage of it?
Lwaki abantu abanzi mwena timwakopa kintu ekyo ne mukitwala mu maiso ne mujja nakyo mu maiso ne kibakombabaza.
But anyway, for the NRM, it is Tofari number 3.
Museveni pledged to tighten free education policy after it has been failed by school administrators and foundation bodies.
The free education, which was also one of the places we proposed, but it has never been used fully. Free, universal and free. But people were not persuaded. They went on charging money in government schools. So the children are being chased from government schools.
The first national chairman of the NRM party, Alhaji Moses Chigongo, urged the NRM supporters and leaders on discipline during and after the campaigns.
Ensonga lwaki tubasaba akalulu twagala tukuume emirembe gino NRM gye yaleeta.
Busoga University Industrial Park and elevating Iganga District Hospital to a regional referral hospital topped the agenda by the district leaders in the campaigns.
Issues like a public university for Busoga It is something that is work in progress. It is ongoing, but we feel it is the president that is supposed to make a pronouncement finally.
One, I've forgotten about health, is elevating our general hospital into a referral hospital. Your Excellency, once you fulfill that, the people of Iganga will so be happy.
Go to PDM, people are getting money. We have got over 3 billion shillings.
NRM presidential campaigns will take a 2-day break and resume on Monday, the 24th of November, with the rallies scheduled in Kigezi sub-region. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Iganga.
Now, the government of Uganda development agenda over years has developed programs and focused on poverty reduction, on youth and women empowerment and infrastructure, with the initiatives like the parish development model to stimulate the local economies, the youth livelihood program for the young people, and Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program for women, and Emioga, to mention but a few. Candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has concluded his campaign trail in Jinja and Iganga district, highlighted the major achievements of the NRM government for the next 5 years if elected early next year.
Government score sheet. The population of Iganga is 426,958 according to the Census Report 2024. Parish development model for Iganga district. Iganga district, with 42 parishes, has cumulatively received 12.956 billion shillings, which has been dispersed to 12,956 beneficiary households. With 101,789 households in Iganga, 16,343, which is 12%, have benefited from PDM. Emioga. Iganga district and Iganga municipality have a total of 54 Emioga circles with 31,908 members. Government has so far disbursed a total of 2.42 billion shillings. Education sector. Iganga district has a total of 99 government primary schools and 303 private schools, 9 government secondary schools and 62 private secondary schools. Out of the 9 government secondary schools, 7 provide universal secondary education and universal post-ordinary level education and training. Iganga municipality has a total of 7 government primary schools and 65 private schools, 1 government secondary school and 14 private secondary schools. Health sector. Sub-counties, with each having a health center. 3 out of 11 sub-counties in Iganga, 1 has a hospital, 1 has a health center 4, and 10 have health center 3s. Only 1 sub-county has no health facility of either a health center 3, health center 4, or a hospital. Water sector. Out of the 231 rural villages in Iganga district, 178 have access to safe water source, representing an average coverage of 77%. Only 53 villages, representing 22.9%, do not have safe water sources. Energy sector. Iganga district is now connected to the national grid. Out of the 11 sub-counties, 9 are connected to electricity. In the next Kisanja, government will extend electricity to 2 sub-counties of Kidago and Nawanyingi.
Now, General Mugisha Muntu, the presidential candidate for Alliance of National Transformation, and Friday began his campaign in Sibei sub-region, starting with Kapchora district. Now, while addressing his supporters in Kaserem sub-county, Muntu condemned the persistent poverty levels and lack of government universities in the entire Sabini sub-region, despite the Sabinis voting for the NRM government.
Kapchora district is a home to icons who have made records globally in athletics. However, the area residents decry poor service delivery.
Animals were looted from us, and the government promised to compensate. Other regions have been compensated, Sabei not yet. Yes. Material. The mineral is in our land. Sabei. The cement deposit. Why can't we say Sabei cement?
These people you see here, they have degrees, they have diplomas, and they finish senior fours. Okay, some finish senior fours, but there are those who struggle and finish senior six. They go up to university or institutions and they get their documents, but they don't have jobs.
During General Mugisha Muntu's rallies in the district, residents raised several issues, including the lack of a government university and a secondary school in every sub-county. While addressing his supporters in Kaserem sub-county, General Mugisha Muntu said that poor service delivery has held back the Sebei sub-region.
Supporting NRM for how many years? Supporting an NRM work and Gata. Sebei. Dika Sabi.
Full 90+%. But you have as many problems, actually in some cases more than even those areas where there's been opposition. People are squeezed hard. They are living on the margins. Out of 10 people, about 7, 8 are just simply living on the margins.
Additional concerns include boundary disputes and under-representation of the Sabini in top government positions.
If you go to UPDF, majority of UPDF ground soldiers are Sabinis. Yes. You go to police, they are Sabinis. You go to prisons, they are Sabinis. They provide security to Uganda, but they are not even top opportunities. Why?
When there is failure of development in a country, the leaders are responsible majorly. When you want to sort out a mess in a country, like we need to sort out the mess here, the issue, the question, focus on the leaders, and you start from the top.
And by God's grace, if God willing, they give us support, we'll take power and transform the culture of this country.
General had stopovers in Kaserem, Kabeyua, Chitobo Trading Center, Chema and Kapchora Municipality, urging residents to vote for ANT as the best alternative government.
To a government hospital or health center, 2, 3, 4, district hospitals, regional hospitals, and they are not drugs. As long as we don't get honest men and women at the top, the problems are not only going to remain, they are going to increase because the population is increasing in numbers.
The issue for compensation for the lost cattle, extreme poverty, and alleged alarming quality of government schools is said to be a major concern in Kapchora district. Haruna Mutesasira, UBC News.
Anywhere in this country, that's what.
Now over to Yumbe, Koboko. Residents of Koboko and Yumbe districts in the West Nile sub-region have welcomed the National Unity Platform leader and 2026 presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu as he continued his campaigns in the northern part of Uganda.
Presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi toured various parts of Koboko and Yumbe, holding rallies that attracted massive crowds. Supporters marched alongside him, chanting and celebrating his arrival as he made stops to address residents. At Boma Stadium in Kotitu, Chagulani held a major rally and he promised to ensure strong diplomatic and economic relationships with neighboring countries if elected.
So what we are doing now, we are not only doing for ourselves. We are giving the younger ones after us, we are telling them that it is actually possible. It begins with us. If we don't start it, nobody will start it. If we don't do it, nobody will do it.
He also pledged to build regional capitals, construct modern highways, restore railway transport, and establish airports in every region of Uganda.
We are going to build our own roads. Our children are going to study and they are going to get jobs. We shall no longer need to get visas to go and work in Saudi Arabia or other countries. Uganda will have enough jobs for our young people. We are going to build trains. We are going to build more airports. We are going to build stadiums. We are going to promote talent. We are going to be in charge of our country. Uganda is going to have young leaders. And Uganda will never be the same again.
Chagulani reiterated his commitment to free education, better equipped hospitals, and ensuring that every household in Uganda has access to affordable electricity and clean water.
This is our mission. This is our tribe. This is our religion. This is our responsibility. This flag of Uganda, we inherited it from our forefathers. When we were chasing away the white colonialists.
Chagulani's campaign trail continues Saturday in Obongi and Moyo district, where he is expected to hold more rallies and meet supporters. Komagum Rogers and Jamil Sekajo for UBC.
Now, people in the greater Kigezi region are preparing to welcome President Yoweri Museveni, who is expected to visit next Monday to ask for their support. Friday, NRM's Director for Mobilization, Dr. Rosemary Nansubuga-Seninde, representing the party's Secretary General, met the NRM leaders in Kabale, from district chairpersons to flag bearers, to plan how to mobilize for the public.
President Museveni will spend 3 days touring different parts of Kigezi. Dr. Seninde was accompanied by Minister David Bahati, Jim Muhwezi, Eastern Region NRM Chairperson, Jordan Asimwe Akiki, and others.
I want to thank the President as a person, because as a candidate, he has helped us. He has made our work easy as the people coordinating and organizing his campaigns and his rallies and his election. He has come out very clearly in educating the people of Uganda, in guiding the people of Uganda, and also explaining how our manifesto is going to be implemented.
We have made all the preparations and we are ready to host presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We have a population in Kabale district, the registered voters are 139,000. Last election we gave him 84%, and we are sure and working long and hard to ensure that we give him 95% this time around.
Leaders raised concerns about divisions within the party, including conflicts and individuals who run as independents. They asked the top leadership to address this.
Tuli wano tubadde mu lukiiko gwaffe olusooka lwetuyita pre-entry meeting for the president rallies. Presidential flag bearer waffe President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ajja wano mu Kigezi nga bwe mugenze mumulaba ng'anoonya akalulu mu ggwanga lyonna, ne Kigezi naye ajja.
Ndabye abalema baffe oluusi we baba bagenda okubugana president bababonyaabonya, naye ndabye mu Kigezi bataddewo VIP tent. Buli mulema yenna muri Kigezi mbegayiridde bw'olaba VIP tent jangu.
Dr. Seninde said the president instructed NRM members not to support those who stray from the party principles.
As a party, I want to bring this very clearly that we had primary elections and we know very well that these primary elections have always divided our people. We have called upon the people who lost in the primaries to step aside for the flag bearers because not everybody would have won. When you join a competition of that nature, you must know there is always a winner and a loser.
She also highlighted the NRM manifesto and achievements over the last 40 years. NRM Mobilization Manager Sam Eyinga said they have toured the region and resolved causes of independence.
Bo bali independent NRM leaning. Abantu abo magezi getubawa kwe kulekera baflaga bearers baffe akaganya kubanga nga party tetuyinayo engeri gye tujja kutematema mu bwagizi bwa NRM.
President Museveni is expected in Kigali next Monday and will address 2 major rallies.
Now, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honourable Nabanja Robina, has hailed staunch Machinery Uganda for contributing to the country's mission of industrialization. Nabanja made these remarks Thursday following her visit to the Namamve-based Staunch Machinery Uganda factory.
On arrival at the factory, the Premier was received by His Excellency Mohamed Hussein, Consul of Uganda to Lebanon and CEO of Staunch Machinery Group Uganda. Nabanja, who was taken on a guided tour of the factory, was impressed by the products manufactured at the company and commended the company for supporting Uganda's manufacturing agenda.
And they have given our people employment. You can see the level of finishing works. This is made in Uganda. All this is done in Uganda. And so, this is what the president has been talking about. Developing our country together with support from our partners from other parts of the world. Now, this investor is from Lebanon, and he's doing us a good job. You have seen the tractors being assembled here, but most 60% of the spare parts are made from Uganda.
Premier Nabanja says that such developments are key to the transformation of the country under the wise and able leadership of President Yoweri Museveni. She appealed to Ugandans to protect the gains by voting President Museveni in the 2026 general elections.
Because we have already gained, people have come from far to invest here, so we must protect them.
Yes.
Thank you so
Right
much.
Honorable, we would like to send to our President message through you.
Yes.
We still need him.
Yes.
Please, as an investor, we still need him because we need the peace. When we hear our President's name, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, when we hear his name, we hear peace. We hear stability. So we still need him.
According to Mohamed, products manufactured by this factory are supplied in Uganda, East Africa and European markets. Mohamed says that investing in Uganda is paying off positive dividends, thereby appealing to other investors to come and establish businesses in the country.
I've been here 15 years enjoying the peace, and I call all investors around the world to come and enjoy the peace in Uganda. These days, every time you open news, you see 2 countries fighting, or even fighting within the same country. But I've been here 15 years. I've never seen a fight. We need to give credit to our president and give credit to our prime minister for the peace we have in Uganda. I call all investors, if you are looking to double your money, to work with the good people, come to Uganda.
Staunch Machinery Uganda manufactures power generators, construction and agricultural equipment, as well as solar equipment, among others. The factory employs over 500 workers drawn from across the country.
Now over to Masaka. The Office of the National Coordinator, Operation Wealth Creation 6 to secure land and establish an industrial hub in areas of Sembabule, Masaka and Chotera. This was revealed by Major General John Mateka, who delivered a message from General Caleb Kandwanaho, the Chief Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, who cited the need to revive the lost industries in the greater Masaka region, especially cooperatives.
The Greater Masaka and Midwestern Business Pioneer Network, an umbrella body that brings together traders who appreciate the gains of the national resistance movement, has been launched in Masaka City. The group, with over 50,000 registered members, specializes on approaches of embracing commercial agriculture in order to increase production and exports, including setting up coffee processing plant and food crop stores.
The main core objective of this network is to ensure that target groups are supported to progress and transit into middle income status.
They cite exploitation of local farmers, especially by middlemen who dilute the energy of production.
Therefore, we request the government support through operational creation in the implementation of our major agro-industrial project aimed at boosting coffee processing production, export capacity from enhancement of the processes from seed.
The Chief Coordinator Operation Wealth Creation, General Caleb Akandanwaho, Elias Salem Saleh, hint on securing land to set up an industrial hub in areas of Masaka, Sembabule and Chotera to revive the lost industries in the regions. He was represented by Major General John Mateka.
For example, the Wavam Porogoma and the Masaka Cooperative Union. All of this he has in mind and is thinking about it. Establishment of regional markets in Mutukura, Chotara district, and so that as long as the land is available to boost international trade between East Africa and beyond.
The Office of the National Coordinator Operation Wealth Creation is concerned about the need to create more regional border markets and recreational centers.
And hospitality, tourism, business innovation management.
The Director of Political Mobilization at State House, Robert Rakandari, rallied the traders to preach the gospel of peace as prioritized by government and mobilize for the NRM support in the next general elections.
Bega sebonna kuvana mwankore ngeki bagatta bagambe nedda sine kisale kya kuma bintu byabwe bayina bye bakora ba investors so kino kisale kya kuma ebikoreddwa mu Uganda mu ebiri naye vunanizo obwa buli muntu yenna okuba bene bikoreddwa ng'abavubuka kubera buli omu alina kyakora.
Moses Mulinde division mayor dako ateranga ezo sentebe waba abali mu mulimo gw'okumezesa endokwa z'emmwanyi.
The Bishop of Lango Diocese, Professor Alfred Olua, has paid glowing tribute to the fallen paramount chief of Lango, Mzee Yosem Odur Ebi, describing him as a man who built his life on Christ and led with integrity, peace, and unwavering faith. The bishop delivered the message during a requiem service held today at Boroboro, the Anglican headquarters of the Lango Diocese.
At Boroboro this afternoon, the Anglican community joined the cultural leaders, government officials and mourners from across Lango for the final requiem service of the late Paramount Chief Yosem Odur Ebi. Leading the tribute, Bishop Professor Alfred Olua hailed the cultural leaders' deep-rooted Christian faith, saying Mzee Odur lived a life anchored on Christ and constantly supported the mission of the church. The bishop reflected on many lessons he personally learned from the late leader, especially his relentless pursuit of peace and unity in the region.
He believed in Christ. A believer does not die into darkness. His Highness has entered that light because he was baptized.
Because he was wedded in the church. Because he was able to give a gift
of Holy Communion cups to the cathedral, he strengthened the worship of God's people.
Bishop Alfred Olua also highlighted Museo Odu's role in championing key development projects in Lao, including Akibwa Memorial Stadium, paved road networks, and Lira University, for which he generously donated more than 600 acres of land.
In our development, for which he stood firmly. Leadership marked by work, truth, and service.
He commended the president for according the paramount chief an official burial, calling it a respectful and well-deserved national recognition of a man who carried the torch of peace for the entire sub-region.
Your Excellency, thank you for standing with the Lao people.
Meanwhile, the late son, Anthony Ulobo, remembered his father as a joyful and humble man who taught his children to walk in humility and serve others.
He was a very humble, loving father.
Clan leaders have appealed to government to honor the legacy of the late paramount chief by completing the developmental projects he championed, specialized health facilities at Lira Regional Referral Hospital, and programs aimed at reducing poverty in the region.
Let the president construct a referral hospital. And I think you have seen something is taking place. And a Kibwa Stadium has been moved away so that it can give space. We want 6-story buildings in the former Kibwa Stadium.
His Prime Minister Frederick Ogwaloye praised Museo Odu as a unique and selfless leader whose contributions to peace and development will be forever cherished.
Do we want to continue with the cultural institution or not? His Highness told us we have no choice.
Museo Odu B will be buried tomorrow in Tebohe, Apache district, as the Lao community prepares to bid farewell to a cultural icon who shaped the region's identity, growth, and unity. Edi Ulua, UBC News.
Thank you very much. The Edi Ulua. Now, Busoga sub-region has presented a detailed memorandum of the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, highlighting the need to accord special attention to the area, mainly in the fields of education, health and livelihood, if the region is to deal with poverty and poor education stereotypes. This was during the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's 6th and final campaign rally in Busoga sub-region, hosted in Jinja City. Robert Nyango has more.
Ugembe Sports Stadium in Jinja City has hosted the Friday 21st November 2025 NRM campaign rally for candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The Friday rally ends the week-long campaign trail of the NRM presidential candidates in Busoga sub-region. For the 6 days he has spent in the area, President Museveni has been accompanied by Busoga's finest and most influential politicians, led by Right Honorable Rebecca Litwala Kadaga. After campaigning in Iganga district, President Museveni arrived in Jinja to address the evening rally.
Twende okwaniriza mu ngeri ey'enjawulo kubanga wano woyidde okukigalira.
Tuliddaga tuzze kitebe kya disitulikiti, tulikwenda otuyambe otuwa sente tumalirize ekitebe kya disitulikiti.
Nga ndisaba abantu ba Jinja City tuwe mu President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni akalululu. Museveni oye!
The Jinja rally was addressed by, among others, the Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda, Calvin Echodo, the First Deputy Prime Minister, Rebecca Kadaga, and First National Vice Chairperson, Alhaji Moses Chigongo.
I'm here just to say thank you. 22 days ago, you entered the Eastern region, and the people have listened to the 7 mud rallies you have given to Uganda.
Mwegatte wamu, mukolere wamu, muberenga mutuwa obululu obutegerekeka obungi ddala.
Endo kasakasa nti tujja kukola ekyekitegesa kyonna tukuwa obululu obwetagisa usigale okola ebyo tuli kusaba. Abasoga abeidinda muliyo.
The former Vice President of Uganda, Dr. Special Zawandira Kazibwe, carried the region in his briefcase.
The thing or the issue which will make Busoga sit tick is to reset Busoga.
The Busoga Joint Memorandum covered the need for improvements in education, health and household incomes.
Your Excellency, the poverty levels are high. Obwavu, ekyokubiri is poor education outcomes. Abana baife basoma Busoga kumpi n'Ensemba mu bya primary n'ebya secondary.
Amidst these concerns, the region is calling on the next government to accord a special attention to it.
Kale Busoga eida kuba burden on the whole country and the region if we don't come up with innovative ways of getting everybody educated. Metulikobera tuti tuliverage tubane IT aba abatasoma kuswika kya mukaga bona bainayo basome.
In Busoga, the president has been campaigning in 10 districts and all accompanied by senior party leaders.
Now on the issue of health, Jinja has got quite a number of infrastructures. Out of 7 sub-counties in Jinja, 1 has got a hospital, 1 has got a health center for.
Addressing Busoga, President Museveni preached to the voters to prioritize his long-term dream of wealth creation over development.
That's why you hear of the money like PDM, Operation Wealth Creation, now this skilling hubs. All this is showing you okubawa abula, but no kubawa gira.
To the Busoga region, President Museveni maintains that looking at the journey so far covered in the NRM, there is a bright future.
So we are not a part of jokers or people who are looking for jobs, looking for anything. We are here to save ourselves, our future. So you people, you are very proud, you should be very proud to belong to this powerful movement which has caused so much changes.
And as such, President Museveni has poured cold water onto his competitors.
Aye omuntu ali mundoro akoba nti wazira chikolewa. Now it's your job to say you are mad, or they are enemies of Uganda, they don't want progress. Enkola kolane yaife ebanyiza. Omukere w'ekikofira oye.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Now over to Lira. The Vice President, Jessica Lopo, has urged universities and tertiary institutions across Uganda to prioritize skills development and the teaching of science and technology, emphasizing that graduates from all disciplines should acquire practical skills to improve their job prospects. She made the remarks while representing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni during the 7th graduation ceremony of Lira University in Lira District, Northern Uganda.
Capturing his dignified persona.
The major education of my university, the parents, teaching and non-teaching staff, and the students for making the university's 7th graduation ceremony possible. I congratulate you all for the dedication and strong will you have displayed over the years in the pursuit of learning. I must note that Lira is headed in the right direction. As graduates, your role is to deeply analyze and evaluate the trajectory of your society and diagnose and prescribe solutions to the problems of your people. You have refined your reasoning capabilities and sharpened intellect. You have sought out diverse opinions, so you are now understanding the world from multiple perspectives. I congratulate you all for the dedication and strong will you have displayed over the years in pursuit for learning and academic excellence. The NRM government remains committed to the promotion of science and technology as a major lever to development and sustainability That is a message from His Excellency the President to you and members of the congregation.
So, Excellency is also launching the band serial. Thank you.
Now, the World Bank has promised to provide a grant to Uganda to pay salaries for the teachers in the refugee settlement hosting districts. The World Bank made this promise today as the World Bank Regional Practice Director, Human Development for Eastern and Southern Africa was meeting with the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja at her office in Kampala.
Take one. Yesterday, it emerged that about 392,000 school-going children, out of which 299,894 refugee children, are likely to miss out school due to lack of salaries for teachers in refugee hosting districts. Now, the World Bank has pledged to offer a grant to Uganda to pay teachers in 92 schools in refugee hosting districts across the country.
As a human being, education is a right. Yesterday I asked myself, now should we borrow? As a country, we already overburdened. What do we do?
I was asking the other time the World Bank that let refugee component be at least largely be grant so that we don't again load on our debt burden as government.
And the government can request the bank officially that you would like some of these resources, the grant portions, not the loan portions, to be utilized to help you bridge this gap. But it has to be a formal request.
God has answered my prayers.
It has to be a formal request.
Yes.
So just wanted to...
Yes.
The offer was made today as the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Anabanja, was meeting the World Bank Regional Practice Director, Human Development for Eastern and Southern Africa, Daniel Daltiki.
We are moving more towards economic inclusion, empowering households so they can find jobs.
The World Bank Director appreciated Uganda's open door policy to refugees and pledged to continue extending support towards the plight of refugees in Uganda.
Really appreciate the partnership and your global leadership in hosting refugees. And it's not only about hosting refugees, but it's also about their inclusion.
I also want to commend you on the good progress that you're making in your economic growth. It's always been very consistently high, and we appreciate that. We want to also acknowledge your very inclusive policy in terms of refugees, and just before you came in, we've been having conversations about that and how to improve that. So I want to acknowledge your leadership on that as well.
The Prime Minister thanked the bank for extending financial support towards the Northern Uganda Social Action Fund, NUSAF 4, of over 960 billion Uganda shillings.
NUSAF 4 and Dr. Deep 2 are vital instruments to support both refugees and host communities.
Right Honourable, that the World Bank approved the NUSAF 4 project on the 4th of April. And then the Cabinet also swiftly approved it on the 7th of October, and subsequently the Parliament approved it on the 29th of October this year. What now remains is the efforts to make this project effective.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Anabanja, has constituted a committee to resettle the internally displaced Ugandans in Sebei sub-region and those who are affected by the landslides that left 21 people dead recently. The committee is being headed by the Minister for Disaster Preparedness and Refugees, Engineer Hilary Onek.
The Hilary Onek committee should go on ground, assess all these different options. Muzei told me it is urgent, we have to handle it with urgency it deserves.
This is after the Prime Minister Nabanja met leaders from Sebei region, following a directive by President Yoweri Museveni to expeditiously find ways of resettling the people.
The Coalition on Sexual Violence Against Children in Uganda has raised urgent concerns over the rising exposure of children to harmful, unsafe and unregulated media content. Speaking during a media engagement in Kampala, coalition members noted that children across Uganda are increasingly encountering sexualized imagery and misleading portrayals of relationships, mainly through broadcast and unsupervised internet use.
The prevalence of sexual exploitation among children in Uganda is significant, as 20.1% of all child abuse cases reported involve sexual abuse, with girls being lead victims. Child activists emphasize the need for collective action to bring down these figures.
We need to be able to amplify those voices. The survivors need the space. In this case, the children who are survivors need the space to be able to come and speak. And like Hopper said, whether it is through the senior women, senior man, or through you as media houses, giving in your platforms for the children to have conversations on radio, and in that helps work.
The coalition noted the rising exposure of sexual images to children, saying that easy access to social media and poorly supervised internet use is the driver.
So we are seeing an increased exposure of our children, and this is mainly as a result of increased high access to smartphones, as many of us know, tablets, but also exposure to social media and unsupervised internet use.
So we really need to have controls. We need to mind before we even produce the content we produce, that is this content okay? We really need to focus on having content that is age appropriate.
So most of us parents that are not supervising our children's internet usage, who is talking to your child? What are they telling them? And even as they are following the communication that has been given to them, are you taking time to follow up and know what actually they are going to do?
Another growing threat raised was normalizing sexual abuse against children, where girls exposed to pornographic content begin to see it as normal.
See videos going around on different platforms, including the WhatsApp groups that we belong to, of pornographic material, but also of violence. And in the responses, we see people, condoning some of this content. Now, when girls are exposed to this, it becomes something that is normalized.
And when they think it's a normal thing to do, I think that is when we see children actually engaging in such activities without even any fear. But also we see instances where if a child is abused, they might not speak out, because they think it is okay. They've always seen it, they've witnessed it, and they think it's so. That normalization is one thing that comes into play. But also, like Timothy spoke about, the issue of trauma and mental health.
They say the future of these young people is at stake if nothing is done to control this vice.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassle for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
The Uganda AIDS Commission, under the Office of the President, presents the National HIV and AIDS Symposium 2025, happening from the 26th to the 28th of November 2025 at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST, main campus at the Pharmacology Grounds. Join researchers, policymakers, health workers and community leaders as we discuss ending AIDS in Uganda. The guest of honor will be Professor Pauline Byachika-Kibwika, the Vice Chancellor of MUST. Don't miss out on engaging discussions driving progress in the HIV response, innovative sessions and free HIV testing services. Visit nhas.usc.go.ug for more information. Let's make it happen. #EndAIDS2030UG.
To get the power to win. Njagalo funeliani. Njagalo funeliani okuwangula ogenda kuwangulota. Ngenda kubanga obukadde 10 buli wiki wanchi. Ngenda kubangu kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki ku simu ye nyinyi kyabonka kimuchokka line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Ntakwese momo. Obulira buli ogenda okusasula. Ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo. Oyinza okubanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo. Wanchi ogenda kuinvestinga kozesa momo. Abwe MTN we jamani. Nekwa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Castello imala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kyekiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende gulu halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntudde nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu n'amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namagundi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You walk on the era. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you. You can register for NSSF. I'll contribute to your Simate life. Now deep down in the Marara. Make NSSF payments. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow kuhika kochido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Obeda. NSSF, a better life.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Time for business. Now, the Minister for Finance, Patricia Lukoma, has reaffirmed government's commitment to supporting agro-industrialization as a key driver for Uganda's economic resilience. He made the remarks while launching the Nile Zila mango puree, a naturally and organically manufactured product now ready for consumption.
I am proud to officially launch your aesthetically processed mango pulp.
While launching the Nile Zila mango puree manufactured by Nile Zila Limited in Yumbe District, West Nile Region, Minister for Finance Patricia Lukoma praised the project as a technological and innovative intervention that will transform communities and boost Uganda's agro-industry sector.
My minister is committed to working with you to not only upgrade the processing line to absorb all the mangoes from the region and beyond. Government will be there to support you.
Lukoma, however, cautioned manufacturers on the need for strong local value addition if Uganda is to realize meaningful returns on investment and effectively compete on international markets.
Now that the product has entered the local market, I challenge the board and management to drive this product into the export market.
Nile Zila Mango Puree Initiative is not just a product, it's a platform for jobs. It's a value addition, an expanded market.
The chairperson of FONAS, Dr. Ruth Aisha Kasolu, encouraged Ugandans to fully embrace locally manufactured products as a way of strengthening the country's economic growth.
Part of the initial support we need is from the Ministry of Agriculture to work with them to ensure that we supply, we create those seedlings that can be given to the farmers to ensure that now Yumbe is not only depending on the mangoes that have grown naturally.
Key players in the project say the initiative represents significant progress in strengthening Uganda's agricultural value chain and expanding the country's participation in international markets.
It has passed rigorous testing and has attained UNBS certification and is now ready for the market. We are proud to announce that we have already secured our first major order, 17 metric tons from Britannia.
Allied Industries is delighted to be here and have always been in the forefront of supporting local production of fruit pulps and concentrate in this country.
We have done our lowest. So we agreed in liaise with Nile Zila to hire the private sector, which were able to transport for us the mangoes from the collection centers.
The Nile Zila project, one of Uganda's pioneering rural agro-industrial ventures, is expected to enhance value addition, create jobs and uplift communities across the West Nile region and beyond. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
And into sports, Uganda's under-17 national football team returned to a rousing reception at Entebbe International Airport after their historic performance at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The Caps wrote a new chapter in Ugandan football by advancing a round in the 16th and in their first ever appearance on the global stage. Crowds of supporters, officials and parents gathered early, waving flags and singing as the players stepped into the arrival areas, visibly moved by the scale of welcome.
We are very happy that we went and represented ourselves very well. It was a journey worth celebrating because we went and presented ourselves very well. I believe we didn't disappoint the country. Next, we embark on other jobs because we are football people. The journey does not stop here. The team has to qualify next year and we have to work also.
Now, more than 200 golf players are expected to participate in the Kenya KCBA golf tournament scheduled for this Saturday at Uganda Golf Club. Let's hear more.
This announcement was made during the press conference prior to Kenya Golf Day 2025, an event meant to commemorate Kenya's Independence Day celebrated on 12 December. Over 200 golf players are expected to participate in this year's Kenya KCB golf tournament. Among these are over 40 international players with prizes tagged for the champions. Kenya High Commissioner His Excellency Joseph Arthur reaffirmed Kenya's commitment to strengthening bilateral relations with Uganda and using such event as a point to unify and create long-lasting collaborative reforms.
As a representative of the government of Kenya, we do not market it as KBA. We market it as the port of Mombasa, which serves the entire hinterland of this region. And I want to be very clear that Mombasa is your port. Mombasa is Uganda's port.
KCB, which is the main sponsor of Kenya Golf Tournament 2025, stated that this initiative goes beyond just sports, echoing its magnitude of unity and celebration of heritage.
I think at KCB this tournament is more than just a sports event, and I think His Excellency has alluded to it. It's a celebration of the spirit of the East African unity. All of us here belong to one community, so this is one of the things that reaffirms that. And as Kenya marks its Independence Day, we as KCB take pride in our shared history, our values, our people, and the economy.
Meanwhile, the Uganda Golf Club captain Paul Charles Rukundo reassured participants to expect the best from the tournament, citing it as a great opportunity for integration.
Happy to announce that we already have about 50 golfers from different clubs in Kenya, from Nyali, from Mombasa, from Betlab, from Tiger. So most of the Kenyan clubs are well represented. We had them here yesterday. I think some of them are also on the course playing today.
That's all we had time for. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Let's meet again at 10. Bye-bye.
Inspiring Uganda.